So people often ask what the signs and symptoms of prostate cancer are. And I guess my standard refrain there is there really are none. And that's the reason in the right population, prostate cancer screening is important. If one is having signs and symptoms, more often than not, the cancer is probably more advanced. And really our whole goal is to pick it up much before that so we can improve on cure rates. So when the cancer is advanced, symptoms either have to do with blockage to the outflow of urine, or there can be some bleeding, or if it's really advanced, men can present with pain, either back pain or bone pain, since prostate cancer, once it spreads, typically goes to bone.
So Men Walk and Talk. We are in Battersea Park. And we had a lovely talk with Danny. Now, Danny is a survivor of prostate cancer. And the way he talked about pre-op and post-op, it was quite interesting. Now, the thing is, he had no signs. He showed no signs, and some of us, we don't show signs of anything to do with our prostate, that we have issues. But from the talks we had in the past with Men Walk and Talk, and a Pacific member, Henderson Williams, who used to be a champion or try and get men to go and get tested. Unfortunately, he passed. But the ancestors be with him, and he encouraged us to go and get tested. I myself went and got tested, and I was met with a lot of discouragement that you don't have symptoms. Why you want to be tested? But it's my right. It is my right to be tested. But thank God that it's clear. But he went through, he explained about what he went through, his experience. And when he was told that the test showed us something there, and he went to get checked, they had to do biopsy, and it was not fun doing a biopsy. He's in an MRI machine, and every time they had to take 6 biopsies. I think, is it 6 from each side of the prostate? But he said each time he would hear this loud bang, and this loud and this sound, and then this lashing the balls, bang.
I just had to cut it. As I'm editing, I realized it's funny. It was funny at the time, but I don't think you guys will be able to grasp the reality of the situation. I rang Danny, and he said, leave it as it is. But I decided that I'm going to cut it. They were saying, if you laugh, you won't cry. It's better to laugh than cry. And at the time when he was speaking about his experience in the MRI machine and getting the biopsy from the groin area, we all crossed our legs, we were cringing, and we were having a good laugh, of the way he described having the biopsy from his groin. Every time he heard the loud noise and felt the sensation of like a pistol hitting his groin, and I had to read it up, and let me explain something to you, or try and paint that picture for you. You are in an MRI machine. You're in a kind of cocoon, and they're taking 6, I think, from each side of biopsy of your groin. Now, it's a spring-loaded needle, and every time, and then there's a release of the mechanism. Imagine like like an air pistol, and you get that sensation hitting your groin, or your prostrate, which is behind the groin area. So each time, imagine you hear that noise, click, click, pew, and that smack into your groin, it's going to feel like basically someone said a gunshot. How painful it is, you don't know, but psychologically, it feels like someone's got a pistol at your groin. So that's what he had to go through to get the biopsy done. I don't want to go through that. And so it's important to get your test done. Now, he is still recovering. Almost 2 years later, he is still recovering. This is how serious it is, and this is why you should get a check done. And what the nurse was explaining was that it even takes time for you to have an erection. It takes time for you to have sexual activities. It takes a lot of time, and you have to do a lot of training. Just like in a gym, like a muscle, you have to train your penis. It's physio recovery, and you know they encourage you to get a partner, or try and do some stuff. But what surprised me, or what the nurse told him, was that invest into a penis pump. Yes, a penis pump. And she also said that how even if you don't have a medical problem, men should have a penis pump anyway, to keep it going, to keep it strong, to make sure it's healthy. I know we were like, isn't that some kind of sexual something used for sex? A penis pump isn't some kind of a perverse? And she's like, no, she said, that whole medically, men should have a penis pump to exercise the penis, to keep it strong and to keep it going as you get older. And I know one guy in the group, 5 minutes later, was on the phone and he ordered his pump. I'm thinking of it. Should I do it? Is it really like building a muscle in the gym? I don't know. Anyway, I will leave you with that. You guys do your own research. Buy a pump. Don't buy a pump. But I'll leave you guys with that one. Anyway, I'll also leave you with some soul shorts that Danny is doing on Instagram, on YouTube. And I'll leave you with one of his shorts. Enjoy it. Stay healthy. And don't wait till you're 45 or whatever to get. Once you hit 40, go and request your PSA to be done. Now, you might meet with some resistance, but it's your right. I personally was met with resistance. The doctor at the end said, you know what, you're right. You have the right to have this done. And I got it done. The other person, Danny, also met with resistance. He got it done. No symptoms. Why you want one done? Why you want a test done? It's going to cost them money because they're looking at the budget, right? Each GP has a budget and they're trying to save their budget. They're trying to save also money on the NHS. But guess what? There is no symptoms. Very rare there are symptoms. And he had no symptoms and he pushed for his test to be done. And what turns out, he already was in his early stages. If he had waited for symptoms, it would have been too late. The doctor said if you had waited for the symptoms to show, potentially you'll be a dead man. So don't wait. go and get it done. Anyway, until next time, we be. I don't know. We went to gardens. Let's just say that we did some activities, climbing on the skyline, and let's say some men had some phobias of height, and also we found some wild garlic plants growing. And no, I didn't steal any herbs from Two Gardens. Let's just say I curated some herbs for my meatballs and spaghetti and jerk seasoning. Anyhow, until next time. Again, do research into the and yeah, enjoy Soul Shorts. Layers. Masalawa. Bye.
Welcome to Soul Shorts. I am your host, Booby. As a human being, you were born in a state of love. It is as natural to you as breathing. Love in all its colors of expression. Love of life, love of self, love of nature, love of people, love of love. Be kind to yourself in the face of unparalleled hostility. Remind yourself daily, you are not other people's perception of you. You are your own mind of a unique kind. Find ways to reconnect with your love self. There are many ways to do this. Find what works for you. Explore ways to strengthen that love that lies within. How to live its truth even more.